Question number 9 is from The Turk. The Turk is a very obscure reference from the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Those of you who watch that show on Fox, yeah, Fox cancels all the good shows. In any case, what are your thoughts on cloud streaming/gaming? Will it take over entry-level gaming? Buy Windows 10 Professional for $15, activate instantly online with Microsoft, and keep it forever. Don't pay full price. Get the best deal from our sponsor, URCD Keys, using our link in the video description below. Full details on how this amazing deal works at the end of the video. Entry-level gaming has existed for a very long time, and it's called video game consoles. It's interesting. I know that's probably not what you meant. What you probably meant was budget computer builds. But the truth of the matter is, entry-level gaming is a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo Switch. Or it used to be the Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, Saturn, etc. There absolutely has been entry-level PCs for the past 15 to 20 years. It really kind of blew up at the end of the 90s, beginning of the 2000s with cheap PCs. But cheap PCs were really bad. Today, cheap PCs are much better than they used to be. $600 to $800 builds you a really nice gaming rig. But interestingly enough, $600 to $800 does not build you something as good as a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. It typically takes well north of triple the price of a game console to do what the game console does. At least until late in its life, at which point it doesn't when the console's 6 to 8 years old. PlayStation 4, Xbox One looking at you. On the flip side, cloud streaming and gaming in some ways has already taken over some entry-level gaming. Have any of you used a mobile device to game? Yes, I know they have processors. Yes, I know they've got local GPUs. A lot of rendering is done locally. But a lot of those games are already played in the cloud, and you can already play games through the cloud on your mobile device. And I think that's where most of that cloud streaming gaming has become. It's been tried a couple times. Sony has gone through so many permutations of their PlayStation Now service trying to get everybody to stream games. And the truth of the matter is they've merged their various services. PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus, etc. all kind of got pushed together. Xbox does that with their Game Pass. You can do some cloud streaming. But a lot of games have settings that run on relatively modest PCs. It didn't do it at launch because it was buggy. But Cyberpunk 2077 is shockingly playable on a 6-plus-year-old computer. It was not at launch. 6 years from that, with 2014, it could, but they added improvements to it. They improved the DLS, they added FSR, which really helped. And they fixed a lot of the bugs and did a lot of optimization within the game. It's shockingly playable now. You can play that through cloud streaming. But if you don't have a computer that can play it at, say, 1080p medium, which for plenty of people is enough, then, okay, I'm going to verge into a controversial topic here. And I understand there's people overseas, there's people in Indonesia and India who don't make a lot of money, and this comment doesn't apply to you. If you cannot afford a device of some type to run Cyberpunk at 1080p medium detail, you should spend less time playing video games and more time fixing your financial life. An i7 7700K from 2016. That's a long time ago at this point. An i7 4790K from 2014. That's 9 years ago. It's not perfect. It's not ideal. Those will absolutely play Cyberpunk 2077. An RX 580, they're under $100 used, but they're under $100. Will play at 1080p, medium-ish, high detail. Turn FSR on, it'll run at 1080p high just fine. If an i7 4790K and an RX 580, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but 16 gigs of RAM, and 16 gigs of RAM are beyond your means, figuring out how to afford to play video games is not your problem in your life. Money is the problem in your life. And I didn't bring my Papa Deals hat here with me to film today. I wish I had it. I'd put it on right now. If you're so far down the financial spectrum that that's destroying you, go earn more money. drive for Uber Eats, drive for DoorDash, deliver pizzas, get a second job working 2 nights a week, power wash people's driveways, find something to do to make some more money. The relatively trivial cost, the cost of a used B550 motherboard, a Ryzen 7 5700X, 32 gigs of RAM, a 2 terabyte NVMe SSD, and an RX 6600, maybe $500. Now, I'm speaking to the Western world. I'm speaking to Western Europe, I'm speaking to America, Japan, etc. Again, if you're in Indonesia, if you're in Brazil. I know I have a number of Brazilian viewers. Thank you. If you are in a place where that is a lot of money, okay, I'm not speaking to you. But on the flip side, the big gaming companies also recognize you don't have the kind of money they're looking to receive. In America, they want to be able to get $15 to $25 a month in a subscription for some type of pass, PlayStation Plus, Game Pass Ultimate for the Xbox, or Ubisoft Plus, Uplay Plus, that kind of thing. How much can they charge, respectfully, somebody in Brazil? They cannot charge $25 American dollars a month to somebody who says $500 for a computer breaks the bank. So are they developing that for that? They really aren't. And of course, the internet in many of those places isn't as developed. Okay, there's places in America that aren't great either, but America's gotten a lot better. Gigabit fiber has been distributed over a lot more of America than it was a couple years ago. That really has improved. So I would say that entry-level gaming is consoles. I would say cloud streaming and gaming will continue to be a thing, and it will continue to be mostly a mobile thing. It allows people with multiple devices to play their games on the go. It lets you take your phone or your iPad or your underpowered laptop and play games when you're traveling or at school or doing other things. But I think most people are still going to have a Nintendo Switch or an Xbox or a PlayStation. Most people are still going to have a gaming PC and have the hardware in it. So, and I think devices like this, the Steam Deck from Valve will just get cheaper and cheaper. And at some point, that'll be a lot of people's gaming PCs as well. So pick the answer you like. It's in there somewhere. URCD Keys is the best source for genuine Windows 10 and Office Professional product keys that work the first time, every time. Get 20% off normal prices using our discount code BST for Byte Size Tech and the link in the video description below. $15 gets you a Windows 10 Professional OEM key that is a real product key, activates directly with Microsoft, use it forever as it links to your Microsoft account and it works through reinstalls. Get a full copy of Office 2019 Professional Plus for about $50 that redeems at setup.office.com using your Microsoft account. It also works forever through reinstalls. We have been using URCD keys for almost 3 years now and recommend you do so as well.